برنامه جالبی بود. مینا جان فکر میکنم که انتقادات آنی از دوستان ما که میگفتند جای موسیقی در برنامه ها خالی است باید رفع شده باشد.
وویدا جانی دا خصیده از مش بخواد که اصطلاح ده چی موسیقی در روح غذا ده ولی دا باید پیاد ولرو چې د اریانا تلویزیون مختلف لیدونکي لري مثلا ځینې لیدونکي د اخبار، هنر، ورزش، تاریخ او نورو داسې برخو سره علاقه لري او موږ کوشش کوو چې د دوی ټولو ذوق په نظر کې ونیسو.
بله مینا جان باید یادآور شیم که موسیقی بخشی از برنامه هفتهوار ماست نه همه آن. خب بینندگان عزیز حالا توجه شما را به برنامه با افغانستان آشنا شد جلب میکنیم که توسط سمانه جان بدیعی به زبان انگلیسی تهیه گردیده و خودش خدمت شما تقدیم میکند.
Salam binandagan Aziz, and thank you for joining this week's Discovering Afghanistan, where we'll be talking about the province of Bamiyan. Bamiyan is one of the most beautiful places in Afghanistan. Situated just west of Kabul, it is lavished with mountains, valleys, canyons, and crystal blue waters. It is both scarred and blessed with thousands of years worth of historical artifacts such as statues, carvings, and scriptures. With the tourist industry booming, the Bamiyan people, known for their generosity and hospitality, used to host thousands of Afghan and non-Afghan visitors each year. Unfortunately, caught in the crossfire with the Russian occupation and years of civil war, they were forced to flee to the surrounding countries and within Afghanistan itself. Yet, although through the decades of war and brutality, the beauty of Bamiyan still remains. Now that Afghanistan is growing in stability and peace, there are indications that Bamiyan is growing in its tourism. Bamiyan was the site of an early Buddhist monastery. Thousands of artifacts have been recovered dated back to the 6th century BC. The two most prominent artifacts known are the Buddha statues, standing at a remarkable 55 and 35 meters in height and standing a quarter of a mile apart. The monumental statues carved into the side of the cliff in the Bamiyan Valley are estimated to be built around 5th or 6th century BC. Bamiyan was the main link between Central Asia and India. It provided the main access to the Silk Road and was a trading center for thousands of caravans. It was this prosperity that was responsible for the Buddha statues being hewed into the rock face of the cliffs. There is a remarkable and complex system of steps, niches, balconies, meeting rooms, altar rooms, and dwelling quarters, all built into the cliff and nestling between the two Buddha figures. For hundreds of years, the Bamiyan Valley was one of the most important and attractive pilgrimage sites for practicing Buddhism. During the course of history, the 750 caves hewn in the vertical rock face in Bamiyan was initially served as a prayer area for the pilgrims and monks. Today, many of the caves are still occupied by refugees. Tragically, in March 2001, the Taliban government decreed most of the statues to be idolatrous and ordered them to be destroyed with artillery and explosives. A piece of mankind's history gone, a part of Afghanistan demolished. One can only feel sorrow and helpless for a loss of something that stood guard for centuries. Yun Zhang was a pilgrim, a monk, scholar, translator, searcher of the truth, and a popular Chinese hero. In 629 AD, he left the capital of China to discover the truth about Buddhism in India and set off foot from his home on a 16,000-kilometer journey. Passing through the Hindu Kush, Yun Zhang, a detailed documentarist, wrote down everything he saw and experienced. As the exhausted traveler witnessed the valley of the giant Buddhas before him, taking his breath away, he immediately started to scribble in his notebook. However, Yun Zhang's fastidious report not only mentioned the two standing Buddhas in their place, but without any emotion and almost a matter-of-fact way, he described a third Buddha, a lying-down Buddha. This leaping Buddha is more than 300 meters long. Has an even greater Buddha managed to hide through the destruction of the Taliban? Convinced of Yun Zhang's diary, Professor Tarzi from the Marc Bloch University in France has been mulling over this report for the last 36 years. According to Yun Zhang's report, the Buddha statue, supposedly more than 1,000 feet long, is buried somewhere in Bamiyan. Professor Tarzi heads to Bamiyan every summer alongside with 150 Afghan workers, digging trenches up to 6 meters deep to find this mystical Buddha. If indeed Yun Zhang's tale is true, Tarzi says, the sleeping Buddha will be the largest reclining statue ever made in the artistic world. Another captivating place in Bamiyan is called the Banda Amir Lakes, known for its natural beauty. The Banda Amir Lakes is in western province of Bamiyan and continues to be a tourist destination for the Afghan and foreign visitors. Today, the reconstruction and restoration of Bamiyan is evident. President Karzai has appointed Habiba Sorabi as the first female provincial governor. Her goals are to restore women's oppression, rebuild Bamiyan into an efficient and stable province, and minimize the increasing number of poverty and illiteracy. Thank you for joining me on this week of Discovering Afghanistan, where we took a tour of Bamiyan. Please join me next week where our journey will continue to Herat. I'm Samona Badi'i. Thank you and tashakkur for watching.